Somebody who keeps the Torah, we call him a shomer Torah mitzvahs. The word shmira, interesting. We know the word shmira. It says in the Torah, we talk about shmirat mitzvahs bechlal. In general, we talk about somebody who keeps the mitzvahs shomer. But in terms of particular mitzvahs, the word shmira, which really means to guard, doesn't mean to keep the mitzvahs, means to guard the mitzvahs. We find specifically, more than any other mitzvahs, we find it by Shabbos and by Pesach. Shomer es yom Shabbos l'katrei. Shmir Shabbos is considered. We call somebody who keeps Shabbos a shomer Shabbos, somebody who guards Shabbos. And Pesach also shmartem es havodah hazayis v'shamarto es hachuka hazayis. We find the word shmira connected specifically to these two mitzvahs, Shabbos and Pesach. In regard to Shabbos, we already have a tradition from the Heilige Chafetz Chaim. The Chafetz Chaim said that the reason why we use the word Shmira for Shabbos is because Shabbos is not only a mitzvah, it's one of the foundations of our Amun and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Like we know, Gemara says, and the Torah brings the halacha, somebody who's Oved Avodah Zarah, somebody who serves, who's an idol worshiper, but he keeps Shabbos, so Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mechaper on everything that he does. Why? Explain the Mefarshim, because somebody who really believes, who really doesn't believe in Hashem, won't keep Shabbos. The whole point of keeping Shabbos is to mark the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. There's a creator, there is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who rested on the seventh day. So even though he's being Oved Avodah Zarah, he's an idol worshiper, but it can't be that he really believes in it. If he's keeping Shabbos, he's showing with his actions that he really does not believe in all the idols that he's worshiping. He really believes in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So that's why the Chafetz Chaim says the word Shmira is specifically used in regard to Shabbos when we're talking about Emunah and HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. We all know the famous words of the Rosh. The Rosh says that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu introduces himself to the world, he says, Anochi Hashem Elokecha asher tzeitzichem me'eretz Mitzrayim. I am Hashem who took you out of Mitzrayim. Doesn't say I am Hashem who created the heavens and the earth. I'm the one who created the world. No, I'm the one who took you out of Mitzrayim. And the Rosh says famously, somebody who doesn't believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim, he also doesn't believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. He has the wrong belief system. That's a different belief system. That's a belief system of somebody who created the world and then left it to its own devices under the power of the zodiacs, of the mazolis. No, that's not HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Somebody that is hashgacha pratis from the beginning of time until this very day. And how do we see that? We mark that with Yetzias Mitzrayim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim and showed us that He's with us in every second, like He told Moshe Moshe told Parei, Ki ani Hashem b'kerev ha'aretz, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in the kerev ha'aretz, with us, together with us. That was the lesson of Yetzias Mitzrayim, and therefore says the Rosh, if we don't accept that there's HaKadosh Baruch Hu who took us out of Mitzrayim, that is mashgiach on us every single minute of every single day and every single footstep, then we also don't really understand the HaKadosh Baruch Hu that created the world, because it's not that type of creator who just created the world and left it. That's not the HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. Therefore, they come together. It says Rabbi Yerucham Moshe, with this we can understand why the word Shmira also is used in reference to Pesach, following on the words of the Chafetz Chaim, when dealing with fundamental rules of the foundations of our amun, of our belief in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, whether it be the Shabbos of the HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world, or the Pesach, HaKadosh Baruch who shows us hashgacha pratis. Those are the two foundations of amunah, and therefore we use the word Shmira in regard to keeping Shabbos and keeping Pesach. This year, as it turns out, Shabbos, the first day of Pesach is Shabbos. When we say Kiddush, we're going to mention the words of Shabbos and the words of Pesach. We have both of these elements together, and we should use this opportunity to strengthen ourselves in the Emunah. No matter what's happening around us, what's happening in our personal lives, what's happening in the world at large, we have to believe and reinforce in ourselves those foundations of Emunah, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not only He who created the world and created the heavens and the earth 6,000 years ago, but He's also the one who 3,500 years ago showed us, Ani Hashem b'kerev ha'aretz, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, asher tzeitzichem me'eretz Mitzrayim, Zeicha l'tzias Mitzrayim. We should be zeicha to see the nisim and the nefloyos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu as He takes us out, me'afel la'oira, u'mishibod l'geula, Hashta ba'gola uzman korev, good Shabbos, and a freilichen and kosher and Pesach.